Hello everyone and welcome back. So we now have our new person. Her name is Lilith. This is what I went for. Oh, this is the wrong screen. Now, I'm hoping that they can do this. So we go... Wait, is there only one person who can do this? Oh, I thought it was, we could form like a party. That's the whole reason I even made all those people. No way. Alright, well, now for the Blades is... on that adventure, I guess. Okay. Well, shoot.
Need something?
If that's the case, I think what I may do is actually bring Lilith here. You can keep your fine spear.
Good
So
day.
I just kind of want to see how the cipher works. So we'll dismiss you, recruit you. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Dang it. Do you have any other gear? You have the grimoire. You have that. Shoot. Your leather armor. I think I will take. You can have that. I'll take the helmet back. Thank you very much. And that back. You can have this. Alright.
Greetings.
Boom, boom. Dismiss, recruit, accept. Okay. Alright, so we have her with a gun. We'll give her the shield. Or even this helmet? Sure. Alright.
Yeah? Sure.
Alright, now let's
Alright.
keep going.
You must get.
It's kind of exciting creating new people. But where to go now? Also, our customized formation seems to be a little off, but that's okay. Yeah, where the heck do we go? We still have that. We can go in there, I guess. We still have to talk to somebody about those thieves we found. But I also still need to explore this whole area.
The dozens may not like us foreigners much, but they certainly don't mind taking our coin.
Okay. Oh, the welcoming party. Bandon Lear. A well-groomed man steps through the hall with a confident swagger, a smug grin etched on his face. He is flanked by 5 other hard-looking individuals. One of his company eyes you for a moment before spitting chew at your feet. Really? Another pup come wandering in, I see. Just know that Bine's giant slayers run things around here and you'll be fine. Never heard of him. His eyes narrow. You have now. Stick around Defiance Bay and you will again. Plenty of bounties to go around, but there's a reason the giant slayers get the lion's share. Remember that. Winnin'. A voice bellows across the hall. Enough jabber, Bine! You gonna do the job or talk about it? His jaw tightens. Winnen's right. That coin ain't going to collect itself. He looks at his comrades and jerks his chin towards the door. See you around, pup. Oh, I'll take pleasure in killing you soon. Hello.
Don't stand on ceremony. State your business.
Alright, this rough-looking man glances at you briefly as he scans the mercenaries milling around the room. Tell me about the dozens. Winnen's expression becomes serious, the timbre of his voice deepening. Good men and women trying to walk in the footsteps of great men and women who came before us. We're a loose association of warriors and expeditionaries in the Deerwood. Not as fancy as the Crucible Knights, mind you, but at least we remember our roots. At least they remember someone else's roots and pretend to be like them, he means. The Crucible Knights take pride in having won the Deerwood's freedom 150 years ago, but we're the ones who've protected it. Everyone knows that the Saints' War ended when the Godhammer destroyed Waidwen at the Yvonne Bridge. A lot of folks don't know how Waidwen wound up on that bridge. 7 men, 5 women. They walked out of Halagot Citadel and faced down a god, held him there until the bomb went off. He thumps the table. That's the legacy we defend. Some call us mercenaries, but we don't need matching armor and silky cloaks to remember our roles. We're the same now as we were then. We stand up for the people. First line of defense, whatever it takes. We got new enemies now. If it's not Waidwen, it's this damned legacy. It's the damned soul butchers in Brackenbury making things worse on all of us. Probably causing the whole thing one way or another. Well, we haven't gone anywhere. There's a lot more than 12 of us now. We defend Deerwood once. We'll do it again. Winnan casually nods your way. His eyes continue to float from mercenary to mercenary as he speaks. What else do you need?
Go see
Looking for work.
Osric. He's usually got something. You do well for him, maybe I can find you more.
Osric.
Hey,
Okay. I will try to
All right,
find Osric. Reach for your soul. Dagger marks the locations of various Ingwithan ruins. Notes posted around the map. Okay.
For the
Hello.
last time, Aidwig, keep your fucking blade up. If that dummy was armed, it'd have your head off.
Alright then. This man watches the training adventurers with disinterested contempt of someone whose skills are wasted in the setting. He barks at one of them. I'm looking for work.
You want an expedition? Talk to Wennan. I just handle these mercenary shit shovelers. Adventurers, I mean.
Huh. Although, I do have something I need done. Something that requires... He glances sidelong at an adventurer flaying away helplessly at a dummy. Competence. What do you need done?
I was formerly one of the Knights of the Crucible. When I left, they kept my arms and armor. The arms they can have, but the armor belonged to my family. I'd like it back.
You want us to go steal armor from the Crucible Knights. Why don't you just ask for it?
No. Oh, they'd like that, I'm sure. But I won't be going. Sooner be torn apart by dogs than give them the satisfaction.
Doesn't sound like leaving the Crucible Knights was your
You
choice.
don't choose to leave knighthood. The Crucible Knights, they may not be a real knighthood, but the oaths you swear are just as true. Still, turns out that even unofficial knighthoods have politics. You cross the wrong man, suddenly all kinds of accusations are thrown your way, and nobody believes you.
Nothing more destructive than a crown with the wrong idea. Yeah, he would know.
It's a breastplate. Not much to look at, and it's seen far too much use, but it's been in my family since the liberation.
I'll see what I can do.
Then it's Penhelm you're looking for. A low snake of a man. If he was to die choking on his own black tongue, it'd be too kind of fate. He kept it when he had me kicked out.
Penhelm.
I got word from a reliable source that Penhelm visited a forger in Andra's Gift, right after being soul-scanned by a cipher in Dunreed Row. Should you have it in your heart to find a way to ruin his life while you're there, well, drinks on me.
Having a soul lineage read.
It's a requirement to join the Knights. They have to ensure a novitiate doesn't have a subversive lineage. If Penhelm's superiors found out his affidavit was a fake, his career would be over. Every novitiate gets an affidavit from Dunreed Row, and those are stored at Crucible Keep. If you find Penhelm's, one of those ciphers could tell you if it's real.
Huh. Okay, so we can also hire more adventurers here. Interesting. Find the heirloom breastplate. In the first fires. He also mentioned that Penhelm, the keeper of the armory, was one of the officers who had him expelled as unlikely to return the armor. Okay. Still gotta tell somebody about the plot. Travel the cliffs you saw in the vision. Endless paths. Ruins. Spend time with Durance. Travel to the records archive. And the... Okay.
Hey.
Jeez. Hello.
Good day, stranger.
The woman looks up from polishing a dagger. Haven't seen you before. You headed out with the expedition company? She raises an eyebrow. Or are you betting on one? The groups of adventurers that venture into the wilderness. More than a few of them try their luck scouring the ruins. Most of them come back empty-handed, if they come back at all. Betting on them is almost as risky as actually going. But that's how the expeditions get funded, and every once in a while, one of the adventuring companies will strike it big and make a fortune for their backers. Okay. I'm afraid not. See, the dozens only do business with me, so long as I only do business with them, and they're good customers. She jerks her thumb at the door. But, if you get on Osric's good side, he can make an exception for you. He's probably training some of the new recruits right now. Okay. Well, I wonder how that's gonna happen. I mean, I could just take the stuff, but I'm not gonna do that. A lot of side quests. Need to get to them.
Hey.
Okay. Shields have been battered and scarred in long ago battles. Can't go that way. Ah. Hey, another grappling hook. Sure, let's go into this house uninvited. I mean, it doesn't say it's stealing, but this is someone's house, right? I mean... where am I? Okay. That's to leave.
Greetings.
Hello? By Whale's eyeless face, you are one short ogre. But why are you green? And how are you getting the ducks to keep flying around you like that? Let me guess, you smoked a lot of white leaf. Or did you get your hands on some snowcap? He clasps his hands and laughs. Snowcap. Snowcap. So few people know snowcap, much less ogres. Okay. Yes, I am a scrivener? Scrivener, probably? I read books, I write books. I once ate a book, but only because it looked like a sweet pie. Or perhaps it was sweet pie baked to look like a book. Interesting. Oh, I'm also a collector of herbs, flowers, plants. I sell them. Mostly, I eat them. Okay. It's where the scriveners who work at the Hall of the Reveled Mysteries sleep. I'm a scrivener. He sniffs. This place smells like old stockings. You are crazy. Okay. I eat plants and then tell lies. Interesting. Man, someone wrote a lot of things for these. The first fires. Catacombs, Brackenberry, Hall of Revealed Mysteries, world map, world map. We had a quest in the first fires, right? I think. Probably should have went into that hall. What do we got here? The Palace, Crucible Keep, Brackenberry, the Temple of Vortica, Heritage Hill, Andra's Gift, the Valian Embassy. Whew. Well, let's get this one done with first. Hello. Don't worry about me. Just gonna go in here and, I don't know. Do something.
Hail and well met.
Aldmar gives you an appraising eye. Judging by the scars on his face, he's lucky to be able to do that much. Every day we get more from the hinterlands pouring into Defiance Bay. Keeps us busy on the watch, it does. You look like you recently arrived yourself. Who are you? A soldier of the Crucible Knights, and proud of it. I help keep everything running at the keep so that the Commander Cliver can focus on more important matters. Looking for something? Or just knocking the dirt off your boots? What goes on here? This is the headquarters of the Crucible Knights, so it's where we store arms and armor, as well as where many of our soldiers bunk. Commander Cliver's in the back making plans, as usual. He scratches a scarred cheek. You'll find the forge at the west end of the building, along with our master smith Dunstan. There's also a shrine to the golem, if you're the praying type. Okay. We're the defenders of Defiance Bay. We're not exactly a formal knighthood, but don't tell Commander Cliver I said that. We were the first organized militia to oppose Aediran rule, and today we're the largest force in the city. Our soldiers undergo years of combat training, and our officers are required to have their souls read by that critter out in Dunwood Row. Just a requirement of the Crucible Knights, so the higher-ups know there's nothing messy built in your soul's past. Keeping the ranks pure is fine by me. I just wish they were more careful in hiring their ciphers. What's wrong with their ciphers? He shifts his weight and glances at the empty halls. They're mostly Orlans. I'm sure they're talented enough, but you just can't trust them. Hostility's in their nature, and they've learned to hide it over the years. He frowns and crosses his arms. All I'm saying is they should at least be supervised by other folk. That's reasonable enough, isn't it? Well, I'm not an Orlan. That seems like... no. That's a horrible thing to say. I'm just speaking the truth. Nowadays, it seems that the biggest crime of all. Okay, well... Get out of here. Get out of my face. There's Dunstan.
If this is about the breastplates, I already told Cleaver they won't be repaired till next week.
What do you do
I'm a
here?
forge master. I'm a master smith for the Crucible Knights. But the way I see it, I'm also keeping up with our old traditions. The first members of our order were smiths. Nowadays, most everyone's a professional soldier. I suppose it's to be expected, but I think it's important we keep up with our roots, too.
Tell me about
We
the
were
Knights.
all smiths back in Hodred's day, though I'm about the only one here who still gets his hands dirty. We're a fearsome fighting force, though these days I think Cleaver takes more pride in our parade formations.
He thinks himself a progressive man, but he's obsessed with soul lineages and connections to the Deerwood's heroes of old. He picks up his hammer again. Other than Dunred Row, who really knows about any of that, though? Okay.
Hey. Of course.
Penhelm. The young novitiate's armor is recently shined, and his hair is cleaned and neatly combed. It's hard to believe he's ever seen battle, or that the scarred antique breastplate he wears could possibly be his. Are you looking for something? Does the name Osric sound familiar? He sniffs. If you've got any self-respect, you won't associate with him. Or with any of his new friends at the expedition hall, for that matter. Scamps and delinquents, the lot of them. Is that his breastplate you're wearing? It was. He looks down and admires it. It became property of the Crucible Knights when he was discharged. Now it's mine. And it's not for sale, if that's what you're wondering. Not every day you find armor that was used in the rebellion. So what's the story between you two? Osric has always held some controversial opinions. But they went overlooked for the longest time because his family has such an extensive history of service in the Crucible Knights. He frowns and crosses his arms. He finally went too far. I'm going a little heavy on that accent there. He had the gall to suggest that we had strayed too far from our roots, that some of our officers were beginning to resemble Adir nobility. He rubs a spot on his bracer with a silk handkerchief. He would have us all wear rough spun and fight with forge hammers. I merely reported his statements. If the Knights obsessed over their past, they wouldn't have grown into the fighting force they are today. That history made the Knights what they are now. You can't just cast it aside. Sure. We've outgrown that past. He waves a shiny gauntlet. Sometimes you need to move on. Sure, let's just come on and say that. Just what would he know about that? It's perfectly convenient for him to cast aspirations. What with his pedigree in the Knights? He folds his arm. He blinks at you. It's a lie, of course. Sure. Yeah, sure it is. How does one become a Knight? We don't take just anyone. Our members share soul legacies with that very men and women who defended this land a century and a half ago. He shifts his weight and coughs. Anyhow, Commander Cleaver is responsible for initiations, but he rarely accepts foreigners. Alright. Yep, I know that. Rogue Knights. So we still need to find his okay. Somewhere in the Crucible Keep, I can find this. Need to find some kind of records room. Or a bunk.
Yeah?
Hey.
Hello? Hello?
She would probably take some stuff, even though I would just tell her to go look for that the whatever. She'd just be like, nope, didn't find anything.
Right,
Not
then.
one thing was found. Ooh, this looks like the room I want.
Of course.
Keeping an eye out.
This edict calls for the arrest of Aorn, whose recent actions have led to the death of a knight in the Crucible. It requires reporting any information to Justicar Aldemar. It is signed Commander Cleaver. Side quest. New task. Unwanted. The Crucible Knights are calling for an arrest of an Orland man named Aorn. Apparently he's eluded capture thus far. Cannot have traveled far and it seems unlikely he could get past the guards at the gates. So Aorn is somewhere in this city. There we go. Bring Penhelm's affidavit to Kieran.
Hey, of course.
Kieran would be in the Dunweird Row. Where the heck is that at? Seriously, like, where is that? The cipher we signed off on Penhelm's affidavit works at the Hadrit House in Brackenbury. Okay. Brackenbury we go. I think we'll stop this one here. So thanks for watching. We will try and get that armor in the next episode. And more psych.
You have said you fought in the Saints' War, but for which side?
The one that blew up my god.
I didn't mean anything by it. I imagine a man with a head made of fire and light could be very convincing.
Funny thing about Dear Woodens. With all that fire and light, they just treated him like another authority figure.
That's really cool. That kind of mentioned my character specifically as a head of fire and light. That's really cool. All right, so that's gonna do it, everybody. I'll see you all next time. Take care.